2026 will be remembered as one of the most defining years in Uganda's political history. A year when millions of Ugandans returned to the polls to test their democracy and exercise their constitutional right to choose leaders who would guide the nation throughout the next 5 years from 2026 to 2031. Across the country, voters lined up at polling stations, determined to make their voices heard. It was a season of hope, tension, competition, and expectation. For a number of candidates, it was a moment of destiny. For others, it would become a moment of heartbreak. Among the most dramatic polls was the Mukono District LC5 chairperson race, a contest that would soon spark controversy, protests, and a looming court battle. At the center of this storm stood Johnson Muyanja Ssenyonga, a former candidate for the Mukono District chairperson seat, whose election day would turn into a political nightmare. According to Muyanja, the counting process initially gave him a victory. At the Mukono Tally Center, Electoral Commission officials declared him winner with 51,686 votes, narrowly ahead of the NRM candidate Francis Lukoya Mukome, who had polled 50,254 votes. This announcement sparked celebrations among his supporters, a moment that seemed to seal his return to leadership. But the celebrations were short-lived. Within hours, events took a dramatic and a controversial turn. Muyanja claims that senior NRM officials, accompanied by 2 unidentified army officers, Captain Regan Muganza and the Deputy Resident District Commissioner, Esther Baroma, forcefully entered and locked themselves inside the returning officer's office. For nearly 3 hours, no candidate, no agent, and no observer was allowed inside that office. Outside, the tension built. Supporters waited anxiously, uncertain, afraid, and worst of all, confused. When the doors of that office finally reopened, the atmosphere had totally changed. The returning officer, Emily Amongin, emerged visibly shaken and announced a new set of results. This time, Francis Lukoya was declared the winner with 52,523 votes, while Muyanja was placed second with 52,103 votes. However, our reporter could not independently verify these claims as none of the accused came out willing to comment. In just a matter of hours, victory had turned into defeat. Muyanja immediately rejected the outcome, describing it as blatant and shameless electoral fraud. He insists electoral law does not permit 2 different winners in the same election. In his words, normally, when someone loses an election, they go to court. But in this case, they did not wait. They stormed the returning officer's office in broad daylight, and we all understood what followed. Muyanja further alleges that the process was premeditated. He claims that as early results from Kome sub-county began coming in, assurances were already being made that the NRM candidate would be declared the winner regardless of the numbers. He as well accused the Electoral Commission of fabricating results from 3 villages in Mukono municipality: Nantabulirwa, Nasuti, and Nakabago. In Nantabulirwa 1 village, revised results allegedly awarded him 0 votes, something that he strongly disputed. Muyanja says, "I have declaration forms from every polling station. There is nowhere Mukome defeated me." Now, Muyanja is heading to court, determined to reclaim what he believes was stolen from him. But the Mukono controversy does not stand alone. In Nama sub-county, National Unity Platform candidate Paul Kawombe also claims victory was denied. Allegedly, he was violently removed from Electoral Commission offices while protesting the announcement of the NRM candidate Mulamira Gashegu as winner. Mukono Municipality Member of Parliament Betty Namboze Bachireke has condemned what she calls political interference, accusing ruling party officials of coercing election officers and undermining democratic processes. Meanwhile, Mukono North Member of Parliament Abdallah Chiwanuka Mulima Mayuni has called for independent investigations into attacks on Electoral Commission offices, warning that unchecked interference threatens the integrity of Uganda's elections. Now, the nation watches. Will Johnson Muyanja Ssenyonga manage to turn the tables in court and reclaim his victory? Or will he be forced to step back, regroup, and prepare for another political battle 5 years from now? As Uganda reflects on the lessons of the 2026 elections, one question lingers. Is Uganda's democracy growing stronger, or is it being tested beyond its limits? Uganda Radio Network will continue to bring you verified updates as this story unfolds. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more in-depth political coverage.